I'd now like to invite up our next speaker, the chairman of Dr.Reddy's Laboratories, Dr. Satish Reddy, sir. Sir, if you could have you on the dais.
Honorable Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, Kishan Reddy Garu, Union Cabinet Minister, senior officials of the government of Andhra Pradesh, my fellow industrialists from Andhra Pradesh who are on the dais, also various dignitaries who have come from across the world to this important event. I first wanted to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for inviting me to this very prestigious event for the state. Under his leadership, the state has grown from strength to strength. In various sectors, my colleagues from the industry have spoken, including the pharmaceutical sector, on how the state has been extremely good to us. So without taking too much time, I just probably want to touch upon one or two points, especially on the life sciences sector, of which pharmaceutical industry is a very important component. It's one of the best opportune times for the pharmaceutical industry. Currently, overall, if you see the Indian pharmaceutical industry, it's about $45 billion at this point of time overall, half split between exports and the domestic. It has the potential to go almost up to $130 billion by the year 2030. And in terms of taking advantage of this opportunity, there are two factors playing in at this point of time. One is clearly what we commonly keep hearing about China plus one strategy. A lot of companies post-COVID are looking to diversify, and India happens to be one such country where they're very, very keen because of obviously our history in terms of what we have done in pharmaceuticals, especially on the API front and also along the value chain. That's number one. Also, the recent Russia-Ukraine war has also caused more and more companies to look at India as an opportunity, especially for the services point of view. There's several opportunities again present along the pharmaceutical chain which we can look at. In this context, I think the important thing, especially for most of the delegates who have visited, is to look very closely at Andhra Pradesh as your investment destination. Because if you see the various things that are happening out, my colleagues from the industry have also referred to this, when it comes to ease of doing business, when it comes to the infrastructure, when it comes to the industry-friendly nature of the government, I think this is the best place to invest. Dr. Reddy's as a company has been here since a very long time. In fact, for the last 35 years, when we started as a company in 1984 in Hyderabad, my father at that point of time, the founder, Dr. Reddy, my father, he was very clear that Hyderabad is a landlocked city for the future of API manufacture, because we started as an API manufacturing company. He was very keen that we look at a place, and then he zeroed in on Vizag. So 1998 is when we started the first plant, almost 35 years back, and today it's almost about 500 acres of land that we have in Paidi Bhimavaram, and also we are present in the Duvada SEZ. Here's where we have set up almost 5 manufacturing units of the finished dosage, not just APIs. APIs, we have 2 large facilities, and we continue to invest in this state. There's, again, like I said, tremendous potential in front of us in what can be done. If I talk about ease of doing business, I especially would like to point out, especially the regulatory framework in this state, because we also deal with regulatory agencies, and that's exemplary in terms of very quick approvals, in terms of being industry friendly, and that's something we have gained. Also in terms of the administration from the government, all the approvals for most of the plants that we have put up, that's very, very easy for us. So in terms of the potential it offers, in terms of the ease of doing business, there is plenty that can be done. I just wanted to close not just about the opportunity that we have, but in terms of taking our industry forward, there is one thing which is about innovation. So far we have done well in APIs. There's an opportunity now coming up. On finished dosages, there is a lot of movement that has taken place, especially also investments coming in Andhra Pradesh. A lot of multinational companies have also set up here. But then I think the real value, moving from volume to value, it will all come from innovation. And that's where I think we again have the potential to lead, because we have an example of, the medtech zone that's being created. A lot of innovations come from there, but especially for life sciences, There's lots more potential that can come. So for innovation, I'm sure again Andhra can show the way. The last point again, I especially wanted to commend Chief Minister Jagan Reddy garu, because not just about the industrial climate, not just about the transformation of the state, especially when it comes to social indicators on the education front and especially on the healthcare front. We are extremely fortunate. I was just mentioning to the Honorable Chief Minister that all of us remember his father, the late Dr. YSR garu, Satish Reddy garu, for the tertiary healthcare, the Arogya Shri program that he launched in the combined state of Andhra Pradesh, which benefited so many people, especially people from the poor sections who otherwise could not afford healthcare. In healthcare, I'm sure from the programs that he has started and he's about to launch, he can absolutely transform the remaining part of the healthcare, which I think is very, very crucial for the state, and set an example not only for Andhra Pradesh, but for the rest of the country in being the model healthcare system. That's all what we look forward to. So once again, I thank Honorable Chief Minister for inviting me here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, Dr. Satish Reddy garu. It gives me great pleasure to invite now the Chairperson of CII Southern Region and the Managing Director of Bharat Biotech International